So today I want to give you the short list of what I believe to be the current best value Canadian stocks for your money. So let's get right into number 1. TransCanada Corp, ticker symbol TRP, is an energy company that owns and operates natural gas pipelines that supply power throughout Canada, the United States, and Mexico. The company also has a much smaller crude oil pipeline in Western Canada and several nuclear and natural gas power generation facilities. The reason why I like this company, though, is because it's heavily involved in natural gas, a sector that's estimated to grow by roughly 40% over the next 20 years. And the growth of the natural gas industry bodes incredibly well for TransCanada Corp, which already supplies 25% of North America's natural gas. But I believe TransCanada Corp also has real opportunities for future global expansion because the Asian Pacific and European regions are expecting to see a major increase in natural gas imports over the same period. Now, this on its own makes TRP a great company to hold onto for the long run, but the company also trades at a reasonable PE of around 15 and pays a strong annual dividend of around 5.1%. Additionally, the stock has a recent history of beating on earnings in each of its last 4 quarterly reports, and most analysts rate the stock between a strong and moderate buy. All that having been said, the company doesn't have the greatest balance sheet as they do have a lot of long-term debt. But with that money going towards developing and growing their positions in cleaner energy sources, I still think this company is one that's worth keeping on your radar. The number 2 stock on my list is the Canadian National Railway, ticker symbol CNR. And if you couldn't tell by the name of the company, it's a railway business responsible for hauling massive amounts of different products all across Canada and into the US and even Mexico. For many, using the railway system is oftentimes the most efficient method for transporting product and resources. And with the population of North America projected to continue steadily increasing, the demand for shipping more freight will assumedly also continue to steadily increase. And I really feel like steady is the perfect word for describing this company. From as far back as you can go, the Canadian National Railway has consistently managed to grow, and just recently upped their dividend to a respectable 1.9%, and has a buyback plan that will see them repurchase up to 22 million shares over the upcoming year. Meanwhile, the stock is currently trading at a 19.3 PE, which is really a pretty good price for a company that has proven growth time and again, while managing to achieve a whopping 30% profit margin. Now, much like TransCanada Corp, CNR doesn't have the best debt-to-equity ratio, though much of the long-term debt is due to infrastructure and freight investments that will allow the company to handle more product and become even more efficient. So, if you're looking to add a company that's long-term reliable to your portfolio, the Canadian National Railway might just be the stock for you. Now, the third stock that I have for you is the Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce, ticker symbol CM. And it's my belief that every Canadian should allocate a portion of their investment portfolio to Canadian bank stocks because they have a very low volatility and an excellent history of paying out solid dividend yields. And it just so happens that CIBC trades at the lowest PE and has the highest dividend yield of all the other bank stocks at 4.85%. And much like all the other Canadian bank stocks, CIBC has an impeccable balance sheet. The only real downside you'd be able to find with the company is that it historically isn't much of a growth stock and probably won't be anytime soon. But this company isn't really one that you want to add for growth anyways. It's just a strong and stable dividend year over year in a company that really only falters during serious times of recession. It's a bit of security that I think makes the Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce worth considering. Though, in all honesty, you could easily replace this stock with any of Canada's big 6 banks and you could expect a very similar return. Which brings us to the last stock on the list, my speculative pick for March of 2019, and that is Storage Vault Canada Incorporated, ticker symbol SVI. Storage Vault Canada is in the business of owning, operating, and leasing self-storage facilities and portable storage for both long and short-term periods under a series of acquired brands. That said, the company has a market cap of under $1 billion and is a fairly young business that was only incorporated in 2008. On top of that, the business isn't yet profitable, on account of its management's heavy focus on taking out debt in order to ramp up revenue by over 120% year over year, which has built the business much larger and given early investors an amazing return on investment. Surprisingly, Storage Vault is already the leader of the fast-growing self-storage industry in Canada, and self-storage as a whole is projected to expand to over 3 times its current size in the future. So because of the company's rapid growth and relatively small size, taking an educated gamble on this stock before it becomes a quote safe bet could net you some massive returns in the future, especially if they decide to raise their dividend or expand into markets outside of Canada. And if things continue to go smoothly for the corporation, I think that investors investors would be likely to experience excellent returns in the future as well. However, many analysts and investors believe that a recession will hit sometime in the near future, which may negatively impact or could even possibly cripple the company. So, with all that having been said, StorageVault is the only company on this list that I have yet to invest in personally. Although I have placed limit orders that failed to fill in the past at much lower prices, so for what it's worth, it wasn't for a lack of trying. On that note, the TSX is currently at all-time highs, and so even though I believe that these are all great stocks, I personally don't have any plans to invest any money into Canadian stocks at current prices. But I'm interested in your opinions, so leave a comment letting me know if I help to bring to light a company that interests you, or if you have a company that you'd like me to talk about in an upcoming video. As for me, I'm the Anonymous Investor, and this is the Professional Investing channel, and if you want more videos like this, make sure to click the subscribe button and stick around for more content coming soon.